Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Dr. Ravinder Padya, working as an assistant professor in the Department of English at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. So in this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the strategies for effective reading. So before going to start this session, first of all, what is reading? What is the strategies we are going to, when we are reading a text? When we are reading a text or a summary or any kind of text, then what are the strategies for effective reading? See, first of all, what is reading? What is reading? Reading is the process of interpreting and understanding written or printed text. We are understanding what is the text it is. It involves recognizing the symbols such as letters and words, decoding them into the meaning. Some words, some letters, some symbol, it is decoding into meaning and comprehending the ideas or information they convey. The author, what is the author intention? What the author want to say? What is his information? What is his ideas about that particular subject? It's not just about recognizing words, but also about the processing and making sense of those words to gain some knowledge from the text and enjoyment while you are reading the text or insights. So this is the reading. When you are gaining some knowledge from the text, some that book, some that passage, some that passage or any kind of summaries, any kind of novels, so like that. So this is, we are interpreting and understanding the concept of that particular subject. So that is reading. So see, in this, how can we improve our reading skills? How can we improve our reading skills? These are the two strategies here. Two important techniques or strategies, we can call it as the strategies, skimming and scanning. What is skimming? What is scanning? Let's look at one by one. Before start this session, significance, we have to, I'm going to discuss, these are the points in these slides, okay, in this session. Significance of reading and definition. Reading definition, what is the definition of reading? And what is the definition of skimming? Skimming, reading for the gist of a text. And scanning, reading for specific information, active reading style, and detailed reading. So we are going to discuss, these are the points in this session. So first of all, what is, reading? In our everyday life, we read many things like, signboards, billboards, railway timetables, newspapers and magazines, brochures, textbooks, storybooks, encyclopedias, research articles, theses and dissertations, project reports, advertisements, memos, minutes, presentation slides, emails and letters, among others. There is a lot of information around us, and reading is an important method of processing the information and using it for our purposes. There is no doubt that reading is an important skill for success in academics and at the workplace. In specific and for survival in this modern world in general. See, in our day-to-day life, in our everyday life, we can read many texts like storybooks, encyclopedias, emails, memos, advertisements. So, there is a lot of information around us. Then how to know that? By reading only? No. So that's what, there is no doubt that reading is an important skill for success in academic and your professional life. So that's what reading is very important. This is the skill of among, LSRW skill. No, this is the third skill. What we have, those four skills. LSRW skill. No, L stands for listening, S stands for speaking, R stands for reading, W stands for writing. So we are discussing here in this session, in this lecture, reading strategies, reading techniques. So first technique, what is skimming? When you are reading a text, when the time you have to follow, you have to know what is skimming. Skimming and scanning are strategies for effective reading. Skimming and scanning, it's a important strategies for effective reading. While scanning is done to locate specific information within a text, skimming is used to quickly identify the main idea. When you are reading a text, you have to quickly identify what is the main idea of this text. We often skim when we have a large amount of text to read in a limited time. So when we are reading a text, when you are reading a passage, what is the main idea? Then we have to, skimming is used to quickly identify the main idea of that particular passage, particular text. And if you look at the second point here, an important first step while reading a text is to skim through it to understand what the passage is about. So the reader can understand what is the passage is about, what is the information the reader can understand. So that is the important thing we hear. The passage is about. Next, if you look at the third point here, once you have oriented yourself to a text, it is important to identify the main ideas in the passage. Often, each paragraph within a text focuses on different aspects of a topic. It helps if you can quickly identify these main ideas from the key words. See, one paragraph, in that paragraph, some of the information is there, and next paragraph, each paragraph, the author can focus as a different aspects. So each paragraph has some different aspects of the topic. Then this is the important of skimming. Next, what is scanning? Scanning is useful reading strategy when we have a definite purpose in our mind for reading something. We run our eyes quickly over the text to locate specific words or phrases that are of interest to us. For instance, in a job advertisement, we look for specific details such as the position, salary, requisite, qualification, and experience, and location of the job, among other things. In a TV program guide, we focus on a specific time slot to see what programs are on. See, Scanning, there is a lot of information is there, but we look at our eyes quickly over the text to look at the specific information. If you go look at a advertisement, then what is the position of that advertisement, that position, and what is the salary of that job, and what is the qualification for that position, and are they are asking any experience for the job or not, or fresher. You can see these are the things when you are reading a advertisement, isn't it? So that's what scanning a specific information. Scanning is specific words or phrases which are looking for. Okay, next, the key to success. This is over. No, the key to success scanning is being absolutely clear about what we are looking for and where we might find it. When we are not sure about the exact location, we might first want to skim through the material and then scan for specific information. If you want to know a specific information or location or a specific salary, a position or experience or qualification, then we might first want to skim through the material and then scan for specific information. So this is the scanning strategy. So when you are reading a text, when you are reading an advertisement, when you are reading a information or an article or a novel, whichever the text, then you have to follow. These are the tips for scanning. Identify the information you are looking for. Second point here, think about which part of the text this information is most likely to be found in. And third point here, run your eyes through the text looking for keywords or phrases. The fourth point here, read the sentences in which the keywords appear. The answer is likely to be found there. So when you are reading a text, when the time you have to follow, these are the 4 tips for scanning. And one more strategies of reading, intensive reading and extensive reading. Reading is primarily of 2 types, intensive reading and extensive reading, based on the purpose for which one is reading a text. While reading a text intentionally, we pay attention to the vocabulary items. The transition signals the structure of the passage and the main idea and supporting details. So when you are reading intentionally, then we have to pay attention to the vocabulary and transition signals, the structure of the passage, and when main ideas and supporting details. This is the intensive reading. While intensive reading help us to understand the main idea of the passage. The ordering of the information and the connection of the ideas from one para to another para, one topic to another topic. In the first para passage, what you are explaining, what is your point. So this is the connection of ideas. It therefore involves reading the text in details. This enables us to make inference or evaluate the ideas presented in the text. In short, intensive reading involves a detailed analysis of the given text. So intensive reading, extensive reading. Now, what is the extensive reading? Extensive reading involves reading for pleasure and reading fast. The primary aim of extensive reading is general comprehension in the target language. This builds reader confidence and overall linguistics competence. For instance, after reading a short story, you might want to identify the positive and negative traits of a character or understand the main theme of the story. Extensive reading helps one to understand the subtitle difference in subtitle difference or shade of meaning, expressions or sound of the target language in a better way. This is extensive reading. Okay. Next, while reading a text intensively, we have to follow. These are the 6 strategies. What are these strategies? Let's look at first point here. Maintain the focus on the text. You have to focus on the text. What is the text is that? Identify the purpose of the text: to defend, to argue, or to describe, to analyze, to present an opinion, etc. So identify the text. Is this a describtive text or argumentative text or analyzing text? Okay, you first you identify the text. Next, highlight important points. Thesis statement. If you when you are reading the time, you have to highlight the important points in the text. Pay close attention to how the writer moves from one idea to another idea, from one paragraph to another paragraph. So you have to pay attention what idea, whoever the writer saying something in the first paragraph and second paragraph, and how he moves from one idea to another idea, one point to another point. So that is the main important here. Next, the fifth, pay particular attention to the vocabulary, items and transition signals. You have to pay attention to the which vocabulary is the simple vocabulary or elite vocabulary using in that first paragraph and second paragraph. You can identify, pay the close attention to the vocabulary. Next, the sixth one is that to identify the overall position of the writer, vice versa the subject. So identify the overall position. What is the position of writer? What he convey? What he want to say in that paragraph? What he want to say? What is his intention to that? What is his intention to the writer intention? What he want to say? So this is very important while reading a text. When you are reading intentionally, so you have to pay, you have to follow these strategies. Next, active reading style. When you are reading that text or passage, whatever, active reading, how to read a text. Active reading aims to get an in-depth understanding of the text. Under this technique, the reader actually involved with the text while reading it. Getting in-depth knowledge on the text at hand is not possible by reading to skim through or scan through the text. This is an interesting reading technique suggested by Mortimer J. Adler in his book, How to Read a Book. This reading technique is mainly applicable to non-fiction writing. So here, when you are reading, getting a in-depth knowledge from the text, the interesting reading technique suggested by Mortimer J. Adler in his book, How to Read a Book. How to read a book. If you refer this book, you may easily understand how to active reading style, how to read a text actively. Okay, if you are read actively, you may get an in-depth understanding of the passage, understanding of the the subject. This is the active reading style. Next, detailed reading. What is detailed reading? This technique is used for interacting information accurately from the whole text. Under this technique, we read every word for understanding the meaning of the text. So when you are reading that text, then how you are reading and how you are understanding word by word, every word. So what is the word meaning also? In this careful reading, we can skim the text first for getting a general idea and then go back to read in detail. We can use a dictionary to find the meaning of every unfamiliar word. If you don't know, if you are not able to understand the particular word meaning, then you can use a dictionary. So many dictionaries are there, Oxford Dictionary or Cambridge University Dictionary, Learner's Dictionary. You can refer it. Then you know what is the exact meaning of that particular word. So that is the detailed reading, and what is the concept of it. Why these author used this word for a particular place, particular sentence. So if you refer these dictionaries, you can easily understand the unfamiliar words meaning. Next, speed reading. Speed reading is a combination of various reading methods. The aim of speed reading is basically to increase the reading speed without compromising the understanding of the text. So here you can see speed reading aims basically increase reading speed without compromising the understanding of the text. So this is speed reading. Next, strategies before you read a text. Look through the text features in the chapter. So first of all, you have to, what are the headings, titles, graphs, bold words, etc., etc., to gain some clues about main concept and important elements of the chapter. And pay special attention to these features when previewing your textbooks. So when you are reading your textbook, what is the titles, headings, and subtitles? Second point, graphs also. You have to pay attention to graphs, charts, visuals, vocabulary list, glossaries, end of the chapter summaries, introductions, review questions, and practice problems. And the special interest to the boxes and notes in margins and bold words. Why that bold word? What is the meaning of that word? We have to know it. What is the symbol? If you don't know any meaning of the particular word, then you have to go for refer to the dictionaries and the questions also. What is the question? What is the practice problems? And introduction. You have to focus first introduction. What is the introduction of this book? and title, subtitle, headings. So these are the very strategies. Before you read, you have to pay attention. These are the points. So this is all about strategies for effective reading. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.